Hi everyone, it's Michael and I am so excited to be back with a new orchid haul video. It's been a really long time since I've done one of these, and that is in part because I have gotten much better at self-restraint, but the other half of this equation is I've really pumped the brakes on expanding my orchid collection. As I transitioned my plants from Colorado to California, I encountered a lot of obstacles, and it seemed somehow unethical for me to continuously accumulate more orchids if I was not capable of properly caring for them. So I really took a moment to kind of recalibrate, refamiliarize myself with my orchids and meet the needs of my existing collection. But now I actually feel like I'm on a really good track. So many plants are going into spike right now, you guys. I can't wait to share during the March orchid update. But for right now, let's talk about the new additions to the family. So as you know, I just came back from Seattle and I spent some time at Seattle Orchids in the incredible company of Jamie. And of course, I could not resist the call of so many beautiful orchids. So today we are going to be welcoming number 57, number 58, and number 59 to my collection. So without further lead-in, let's jump in. For the very first time, I have a Vanda. I'm so excited. I've been afraid of these for so long, but I feel like I have a really good grasp of what I need to do with them. So let's say hello to this no ID Vanda hybrid, which is absolutely stunning. You guys, look at her. Who is she? Oh, she's so gorgeous. What I fell in love with about this one, and I'm not sure if it's gonna translate properly on camera, this almost translates blue from a distance. It has a very lovely indigo affectation, and it really strikes me and my sensibilities as more on the blue spectrum of the blue to purple range. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is not particularly fragrant, but it is gonna get really big, hopefully. So you'll be surprised to know that I'm actually not going to repot this into semi-hydroponics. I have recently come to the conclusion that it's just not a fit for Vandaceous types. I've had my Ascocenda now for well over 2 years, and it's given me a couple new leaves, but it has not spiked. And these types of orchids can bloom for you up to 3 times a year. So I know that the lighting levels are right, I know that the fertilizer levels are right, I know that everything else I'm giving it is right, but it just does not appear to like that grow method. So I am going to pot this up in classic style with a slight twist, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. I will absolutely create the video when I do it. But this is number 57. Hi, you're so beautiful, I love you so much. So, okay, sorry. Now let's move on to number 58. I'm super excited about this one. Now it's not in bloom, but I will show you an image of what it looks like when it is in bloom. But this is, let me just grab the tag to make sure I don't butcher the pronunciation. This is a Coryanthes Macrantha crossed with self. I'm sure I actually did just butcher that. But this is such a peculiar little plant. Look at it, you guys, and this actually has potentially 3 flower spikes on the way. It didn't come in this glass container. I put it there to stabilize it because it's quite top heavy. But if I take you in, do you see what looks like a root coming down right here? That's actually a flower spike. These are going to bloom pendant. I've never had an orchid of this variety before, and I am told it really has a similar cultural requirement to bulbophyllum. So I've been successful with bulbophyllum in the past. I'm gonna give this bright indirect light. It appears to like a lot of water, but I'm always fearful when I get plants that are spiking that I'm going to somehow ruin it. And sometimes it's not your fault. Just by virtue of transitioning from a greenhouse environment into a domestic environment, it can cause the spikes to abort. So I'm not quite sure how things are going to go, but I have been sustaining really great humidity in our apartment. So I'm hoping it doesn't blast. I hope everything goes well, but of course I will keep you fully posted. So this is number 58 in the collection. Now I'm gonna move on to the last one, which is super exciting to me. It may not be exciting to anybody else, but this is a plant that I have owned and lost before. So I actually lost number 32 in my collection, which was my Clowesia Rebecca Northen, about, oh gosh, I don't even know how long ago it was, but it was a few months after I moved the plants from Colorado to California. Now it was in dormancy at the time, but I packed it up alongside a bunch of other wet plants, which as you know, created a whole host of problems. I got a lot of plants with bacterial rot because of it. But because it was in dormancy and it existed in such a humid box for about a week, I think that's what caused it to die. So I've been wanting to get another one, but I purchased that plant off of eBay, and I'm not fully convinced that it was super healthy when I received it, so I just didn't want to do that again. So I've been looking and looking, and I've just not seen them anywhere. And of course, when I was working with Jamie, I was like, do you have a Clowesia Rebecca Northen? And he was like, of course we do. So love him so much for that. And he picked out the cutest little one. So please help me welcome number 59 to the collection. This is my Clowesia Rebecca Northen Mikabi. I'm super excited about it. It has this adorable new growth coming in. So I'm actually going to repot this one very shortly. It is already moist, so I don't have to worry about not getting water to interact with the root system. I do think that I can transition this pretty seamlessly at this time, so I will do that shortly. But I'm just so excited about this. The reason I'm so excited about this plant is I'm actually getting quite proficient at taking care of catasetum type orchids. So even though the Clowesia is different from a catasetum, it's going to endure pretty much the same growth cycle. And now that I have the fertilizer solution locked down, I really understand the lighting levels and how they need to be different. I'm super, super excited because this year I managed to produce giant new growths on both my SVO Black Pearl and my Catasetum Dapper Dots Nicolasa Tavares. And believe it or not, my Nicolasa Tavares just went into spike. I thought I missed the opportunity. I thought I didn't give it a proper dormancy, but it blooms off of immature growths. That's a sidebar. We'll talk about that during the March Orchid Collection update. But I feel like with my refined skill set when it comes to taking care of catasetum type orchids that I might actually really excel with this one. So that's pretty much it. I'm so excited about these 3 new orchids. They are so gorgeous and they've brought me so much joy. And they really were standouts, you guys. It was so hard being in that orchid nursery. And if you didn't see my video where I showcase everything from Seattle Orchid, I'll include it in the link below. I'll also include the in loving memory of when I lost my Clowesia. But there were so many gorgeous options. I was so tempted by so many things, but these were the ones that just really called my name and said, hey, guess what? I belong to you and we're coming home. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Thank you so much, as always, for choosing to spend your time with me. If you have any questions, concerns, or feedback, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to click subscribe and have a beautiful rest of your day. Mwah! Bye, guys.